everyone, by now you should have seen enough videos to realize that scripting in Optuma is not as difficult as you might have imagined. So let's go ahead and start looking at some more advanced features. So this video I'm going to show you how to nest functions. By that I mean you can put one function inside of another. So for example, to create or calculate the moving average of a volume or the rate of change of a moving average line, for example. So let's go ahead and start open a watch list. So I'm going to double click on the chart background, and you can see my top 20 folder under ASX shares. I've ticked the star, so that means it's one of my favorites. So if I click on the favorites tab on the top left of the security selection window, you'll see it's there, ASX shares top 20, and then I can open list as a watch list, and that will quickly and easily open up those 20 symbols. And then I can double click on the symbol to open the chart, and I'm going to look at average volume. So I'm going to put volume on as an indicator, and then to put on the moving average, I'm going to right click in the volume panel on the chart. So then go to the tools icon, MA for moving average, and then because I applied the tool, or where my cursor was, I was in the volume panel, not on the price panel. The moving average line was added to volume. So what I'm going to do is create a true-false condition of where the current volume is greater than the average volume. So that can be used in a show bar, in an analysis tile, or in a scan. But I'm going to show you in a watch list column for now. So I'm going to click plus, and then the first column I'm going to put in is volume. So in the search box I'm going to type volume, and there it is under the standard heading there. So that value for AMP, for example, 8.3 million, you can see that matches the volume in the chart. So that's the last bar, or the last value on a daily basis. So now I'm going to create the average of that volume. So I'm going to click the plus icon again, new script column. So this is where we're going to type MA for moving average, and then to nest the volume inside of that, I'm just going to move the cursor inside of the parentheses. But instead of changing the properties at this point, I'm going to type VOL and then open and close parentheses for the volume, and then click on the MA text, and this is where I can now go ahead and change the properties. So I want a 20 period based on the close. So, and we click away, it adds that text to the formula. Script is valid as indicated at the bottom of the window there. So to recap, we got MA, moving average of the volume inside the parentheses, and when I click apply, that will add that column to the watch list. So for AMP it's 7.2 million, and we can check that if we right click on the moving average line on the volume, go to the properties, the pencil icon, there's an option there, show in price scale. So tick that and you'll see 7.204, which matches that column. Now we can tidy that column up a bit. You can see there's decimal places. If we right click on the script column, by the way, it says script because we didn't save it or name it with a formula, so it's just going to by default in square brackets say script. But I'm going to right click on that and change the column type from auto to number, and from here we can set decimals if we want, but I'm going to choose 0 decimals and just have them neat and tidy like that. So now the next column I'm going to add is the true false. So this is the condition where the actual volume, the latest volume, is higher than the average, and that'll give us a true false condition that we can use in a scan or an analysis tile or a show bar. So new script column again, and volume, hit enter when the two parentheses are there, is greater than, and this is where we repeat the column that we just created. So MA, and then inside the parentheses volume, and then click on the MA text to bring up the properties and change as required. And when we click apply, well actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this script and I'm going to call it above average volume. So I did that by click the Save Script As button, and that brought up this window. So now I'm going to click Apply, and you can see it's added that above average volume script to my list on the left hand side. When I click Apply, you can see that true, false, depending on the result of the calculation.